Good morning, everyone. Well, here it is, a lovely, fresh, midwinter morning in Pukekai. Now, today let's talk glutamate and butyrate. Yeah, I know, but you'll know exactly what it's all about by the time we get to the end of this. Now, let's keep joining these dots while keeping it really simple, and I will explain why this butyrate and glutamate compounds are so important for the recovery from IBS and leaky gut. Now, without these natural compounds, our gut and therefore our whole body struggles to function effectively and even survive. They are made naturally inside our body by enzymes and also converted from a compound found in specific foods in our diet called glutamine and converted to glutamate. And butyrate is also manufactured as a byproduct of specialist beneficial bacteria found only in our healthy large colon. Now get this, among other things, it is the primary energy source for those cells and tight junctions which make up the lining of our intestines, the same lining that gets so damaged with IBS and leaky gut. It turns out to be the high energy fuel required to repair, replace, and strengthen our entire gut lining. Just like us humans, without food, without the glutamate and butyrate compounds, our gut lining is starving and fading away. It is also important for the natural reduction of inflammation, especially throughout our digestive system where the IBS and leaky gut occurs. But it influences our entire body as it is also a building block of proteins, a crucial part of our brain function and specific for immune cell function. Surplus glutamate is also converted by specific good bacteria to butyrate, and both are stored in that mucus lining, along with all of the B vitamins, to make certain there is enough to see us through those tough periods of infections and injuries and stress of all sorts. And that's another reason for a healthy mucus layer. So to repeat, without a good glutamate and butyrate supply, our gut cells, specifically those enterite cells and those tight junctions, begin to fail, along with that tightly sealed gut lining. And not to forget the influence they have on our brain health, mental and emotional well-being, and immune systems. For goodness sake, we can't forget about those. Now, consider this. Those enterite cells which make up the lining of our intestine, which we're all becoming very familiar with, are the most rapidly growing and replacing cells in our human body. In good conditions, they can completely replace in 5 to 7 days and repair within hours, which is good for us when it comes to healing our gut lining and reducing the pain. Makes you wonder why some people have had this problem for 25 years. So a good supply is critical and really effective in the IBS leaky gut repair process. So much so that if anyone has a painful gut, then often a quick top up of a glutamate compound such as bone broth, very simple old bone broth, which massively supports the production of the butyrate compound, will bring temporary relief. Why? Because the gut pain can mean insufficient glutamate and butyrate levels. The instant reduction of that pain could also be the result of simply reducing the inflammation around the injured part in that moment, and or the lining of those damaged cells with an effective barrier compound. Now, obviously I need to do more research on that, but it can only have a limited time effect if other things are not resolved as well. Remember, we want this to be permanently gone. But the point is, that is how quick the response can be on those damaged cells and the gut pain, also suggesting that you are on the right track for repair. Now, the most impressive response I have found comes from homemade good old-fashioned bone broth. More on how to make that and other tips later in the tip section. Now, what other foods are high in glutamate? Simple. All natural, unprocessed foods. Zero glucose, that means zero glucose of any kind. Onion leeks and garlic varieties of veggies, butter, eggs, and red meat fish and natural fats, all just for starters. So there's plenty to eat. Now let's finish off this section with a reminder. A well-documented, well-researched side effect of the toxic slime covering those bad fermenting bacteria is that it rapidly destroys the same mucus layer in our small and large intestine and injures and kills the trillions of good bacteria in our large colon or large intestine, and chemically destroys the crucial glutamate and butyrate supply that is stored in it. That's right, it's pretty powerful and pretty destructive. Okay, we'll leave it there. Well done, everyone. You now know why these compounds called glutamate and butyrate are so critical to our gut lining and why they need to be stored in a healthy mucus layer inside our gut itself. Okay, good job. We'll catch you next time. Bye.